Hi friends, I'm Felicia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my list of 20 books for the second Booktube spin. If you haven't heard of the Booktube spin, it is hosted by Rick McDonnell, and I will leave a link to his video down below. Basically, you pick 20 books. He's going to spin a wheel tomorrow. I didn't wait until the last minute to do this. He's going to spin a wheel tomorrow and we're going to get a number, and then whatever book that number corresponds with is the book that you're going to read over May and June. And then in July we do it all over again. And so I'm very, very excited. The last spin was very good for me. The book for the first spin was very successful. It landed on the first 15 lives of Harry August for me, and absolutely loved that book. Gave it 5 stars. Wanted to read it again as soon as I finished, and was ashamed that I had not read it sooner, because it just is totally my jam. Just like everything I love in a book, that was Harry August. So it was great. One of the funny thing about this is that I tried to film this video on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, and I had a whole list written out. I had gotten through the first 6 books, and then my battery died, and then I just didn't finish filming the video. And now today I've decided that I'm going to go in a different direction. And I have a totally different list now. The first list that I made had 4 categories of 5 books. Yeah. And now I don't have any categories. And the funny thing is that I have a spread in my bullet journal that when I think of an interesting what I think is an interesting category for the Booktube spin, I write it down. But what my heart is telling me right now is just pick books. So most of these books are either on my quarterly TBR or my yearly TBR. Some of them aren't, but most of them are, just in motivation to actually get me to read it within a certain time. So I'll just go through the books. I'll try not to talk about them too much. So book number 1 is Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. And I've actually started reading it, but I am only about 10% in. Yeah, 10 or 20% in. And I haven't been very motivated to pick it up, but I also really wanted to finish reading Mansfield Park before my birthday, which is at the end of May. So that should be enough motivation, but whatever, we'll see. Now, this is going to be a little bit funny. Okay, so book 2 is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. I read Red Rising a couple years ago, loved it, and then promptly didn't go on with the series because I used to have a very bad habit of not continuing series. Now I'm better about it. Maybe also because I only really pick up series now if they're done. But anyways, and I even reread Red Rising last year in preparation to continue on with the series and finish it, and I never did. So I want to read Golden Sun. And then the book number 3 is Midnight Star by Pierce Brown, which is book 3 in the Red Rising series. And so my thinking with this is that if that one gets picked, then I have to read both of them. So I don't think I would be mad about that. So yeah, I just was like, yeah, I gotta do it. I need the motivation. So I'm kind of hoping that it lands on 3, because that would just work out really well. But I want it to land on all of these because I want to read all these books. None of them are out of my comfort zone. They're all books that I own. And, well, I think that's the point, is to pick books that you own that you haven't read. Yeah, just like some of them are ones that I've been putting off forever, and some of them I just like really am eager to read. So, okay, book 4 is The Secret Chord by Geraldine Brooks, and I actually just bought this couple weeks ago at the thrift store for 35 cents. And this is actually a consideration for maybe Midrash. And yeah, so if it is picked, then I'll read it for maybe Midrash as well. But yeah, I have a lot of books for maybe Midrash. Hopefully video coming out on that soon. I have a very large stack of possibilities, but we're not going to talk about that. It's right here. This is how high it is. Okay, my elbow's on it. It's on the floor. Okay, anyways. Book 5 is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. And this is a book that I bought on Kindle recently for $1.99. So that was a good deal. Or was it $2.99? Anyways, cheap like a coffee. Just, was it from McDonald's or was it from Starbucks? Anyways, yeah, this is also potentially maybe Midrash. I'm not sure if it would qualify, but we shall see. I was planning on reading it for that. Anyway, book number 6 is the Lola Quartet by Emily St. John Mandel, and this is the last book of hers that I have to read, and so I've kind of been putting it off because if I read it, then I have no more Emily St. John Mandel to read for the first time. I can read them all again. I could read Station 11 for the 5th time. But yeah, I'm not even sure totally what it's about. I actually really just like to go into her books blind because it doesn't really matter what they're about because I love her writing so much that I don't even care what they're about. Book number 7 is Revenge of the Vinyl Cafe by Stuart McLean. This was a book that I was also planning to pick up in May as well because I just wanted to read something nice around my birthday. I love the Vinyl Cafe books. They are just a national treasure. They're beautiful, so yeah, that's number 7. Number 8 is The White Feather Murders by Rachel McMillan. And this is the last book in her Herringford and Watts Mysteries trilogy. So that would be nice to finish that guy out. Then I have a dual motivation option. Book number 9 is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 2 in the Mistborn series. And book number 10 is The Hero Ages, which is book 3 in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. So again, kind of hoping that it lands on 10 because then I actually have to finish the series like soon. Book 11 is Wearing God by Lauren F. Winner, and this is another book that's actually on my maybe Midrash TBR. Love Lauren Winner. Don't really know what it's about. I don't really care. Book number 12 is The Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater by Alana Okun. Yes, it's right there, so I'm gonna look. And this is a series of essays on crafting, which I kind of have been like itching to read, so I'd really like to read that soon. Book number 13 is The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. My mouth is a little bit dry. I should get some water, but so I feel like I can't say words properly. This book actually isn't out yet, but I've pre-ordered it, and so I am very looking forward to reading this book. Very excited for it. It is John Green's first book of nonfiction, and it's a collection of essays based also on his podcast of the same name, which I don't listen to because I don't listen to podcasts. I listen to audiobooks. I don't listen to podcasts. But yeah, very excited for this book. Can't wait. I have it pre-ordered. Can't wait for it to get here. Number 14 is That Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis, which is the last book in the Space Trilogy. It's just the Space Trilogy. Why did I have to think about that? Yeah, I'm currently reading book 2, really enjoying it, and I plan to already read this book in May. I already have a lot of plans to read a lot in May, apparently. But yeah, so if this one gets picked, it's extra motivation. Book 15 is 1984 by George Orwell. And this is a book that I just have been meaning to read for years and years. And I just have never gotten around to it. It's classic dystopian. And if you are new here, I love dystopian, which sounds weird, but it's true. Book number 16 is This Is Your Brain on Music by Daniel J. Levitin, I believe his name is. And this is a nonfiction book about the science of music and what it does to your brain and such. And I have been meaning to read this for many years, and so I need this. I need to read it. I'm just repeating myself. I'm so sorry. Book 17 is Etta and Otto and Russell and James by Emma Hooper. I think the author is. And this is a Canlit book, and I actually don't really know what it's about. It's about people in Canada. And my friend Erin loves it, and so I really want to read it. Book 18 is What Your Body Knows About God by Rob Moll, which feels weird to say. And this is it's a nonfiction book, and I don't really know how to describe it. But it's a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. So, as I said before. Okay. Book 19 is Peace Like a River by Leaf Enger. And this is another book that I picked up at the thrift store recently, potentially for maybe Midrash. And I've heard so many good things about this over the years. I barely know what it's about, but I like to go into books blind, so that's fine by me. But just the rave reviews that this gets, I really want to read it. Book 20 is Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Nina Sankovic, which is a nonfiction book about snail mail. And I don't really need to know anything else besides that. So, again, a book that I've been wanting to read for quite a while. I read Tolstoy and the Purple Chair by the same author, 5 or 6 years ago. No, yeah. I was gonna say not 6 years ago because I was on Booktube already when I read it, but I was on Booktube already 6 years ago. So those are my books for the Booktube spin. Thanks for watching if you got to the end of this video. But yeah, really looking forward to the spin, and now I need to get this video edited so that I can put it up in time so that it's out before the spin. So there we go. I hope that you have a really good evening, day, whatever time of day that you watch this. I hope the rest of your day is good. Let me know if you're taking part in the spin. I would love to know. If you have a TBR video, love to watch it. Or if not, you can just tell me some of the books that you're really hoping get spun, landed on, that the wheel lands on. You know what I mean? And yeah, I hope that you have a good day. I said that already, and I hope that you're enjoying what you're reading. And until next time, so long, and thanks for all the fish.